I got a new heat press, and today we are going to unbox it and do our first project. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Christy from Crafty Christy's Creations, and I'm here to help you master your silhouette. So let's jump in. Here is my beautiful heat press from Swing Design, and I will link below where you could grab one of these for yourself. And with my purchase, I also got a couple of other free items to go with it. I got a Teflon sheet and then a couple sheets of some different colors of heat transfer vinyl. So that was pretty cool. But let's go ahead and just unbox my pretty pink heat press. And the cool part is, like, it's just in the box. Everything's put together. There's not much I have to do other than trying to get it out of the box, which is, you know, this is heavy. So please don't laugh too hard, okay? Let's see how we can do this here. So maybe we just kind of turn it over. Slowly maneuver it out of here. But I just had a piece of styrofoam on top here and the manual. And then we're just going to try to slide this out. And then I had to do some rearranging in my room here so that I had a nice sturdy surface to use this on. So I put a table here. Ooh. Uh-oh, something fell off already. Okay, well, we got it out of the box. Whew. Okay. So now, let's see how we want to set this up. Oh, just these little plastic corners, that's what came off. We can take it out of the bag. And I freaking hate styrofoam. This is like covered in styrofoam, which I don't love because it's impossible to get rid of. Oh, come on. So when you get a big heat press like this, the biggest thing is when you think about where you're going to put it is you want to make sure that you have a nice sturdy surface that it can sit on, because you don't want it to fall over. This is a big piece of equipment, and you definitely want to make sure that you have room to work around it and that it's a sturdy surface, because this was like 50 pounds, so like it's big and heavy. Okay, and I think what I'm gonna do is probably just leave it set up like this. So let me show you a little better. So I've got it just kind of set up here. We'll get it plugged in, and then this unlocks and opens up. This here is the rubber mat. You can see it's like stuck to the top here. That'll go on this bottom piece here. And it sounded like some other bits and pieces fell. Oh, I see a screw that fell out. Well, that's fun. So now we're going to have fun trying to figure out where that came from. But before we do any more damage, let me get that screw that came out. That's always helpful. Let's see if I can maybe just flip this thing over and see where this is supposed to go without ruining. Okay, so let's see if I can do this without ruining my table. Might be kind of difficult. That screw came out right up here. There's a hole, and definitely gonna have to get some tools. Looks like there should be a washer on it too as well. Let me see if I can find, if I see a washer laying around. I don't see a washer. Okay, let me get a screwdriver and we will get that piece put back in there so that we can get this set up correctly. Okay, I found a screwdriver, and while I don't see a washer, I am going to try to at least get this put back in place here. I'm hoping you can see. Ooh, this is not easy to do. Trying to hold this up on the side here while I do this. Oh, I see. Okay, it doesn't actually have a washer. It's just like a flat washer looking type head. And it doesn't look like it lines up perfectly either. But try to just screw this back in. Okay, and then I can see, oh gosh, I am ruining my table. Oh well. But I can see in here is this little plastic piece that I imagine needs to come out. Oh, well now where did that fall? Fell into here. Okay. Let's pull that plastic piece out. I don't know what that's for. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn this back the way it's supposed to sit. Definitely once you figure out where you're going to leave this heat press, you don't want to be moving it around all the time. Because that's just going to make life more difficult for you. So let's make sure we got the lovely manual here that it came with. So this is the 15 by 15 clamshell by Swing Design. It doesn't have any other attachments, but it's really nice. The manual tells you what all the pieces are for, all the different features it has, suggested times and temperatures for the different kind of material you're using. There's some maintenance information in here. They show you how to turn on the temp, how to do the operating, how to troubleshoot some things. But nothing else really about how to set it up. Let's just make sure. Okay, so really nothing here to say you have to do anything particular once you get it out of the box. It's really take it out of the box and play. So that's really cool. I'm thinking this little plastic piece is probably just to hold, there's some wires and cords here that you see as you open and close, and I'm thinking it probably just to protect those during transit. And then I had two of these pieces that were on the corner here. And again, I think just to hold and to protect it during transit. So I think that's it. I'm going to read through this and then we will get started on our first project. Okay, I'm back. I read through the manual and I just want to talk to you about a couple of knobs and buttons on here. So this big knob right here is how you adjust the pressure. So turning it more to the right will give you firmer pressure. Turning it to the left will give you less pressure. Right now I think I'm on normal or like a medium type of pressure. You've got, like I said, this big rubber mat here. If you are familiar with the Easy Press, usually you have like a pressing pad underneath. That's what this kind of serves as. It's heat resistant up to like 750 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is just like a protective pad to help you get even temperature throughout the entire project. And then on here, you also have the screen. Let's see if I can make this a little easier. So here's your screen. And you can see you can set the temperature and then you can set the amount of time. Out is the temperature. and then TM for time. You can see it tells you Fahrenheit and Celsius, and then it's how many seconds is what you were going to do. So I already have it, whoops, all plugged in here. And then we are going to do a little tea towel. And I already went ahead and cut my design. This is, I'm just here for the booze. This is a design that I had previously just laying around. We're going to do that. So let's go ahead and get everything. The first thing I'm going to do is a pre-press. This is a cotton tea towel, and you can see it's already pretty wrinkly. So what we need to do, it takes a little bit of time for your machine to get warmed up. And I'm just going to reference the manual here so this tells you like your substrate, your temperature, your time, and then like what to pay attention to. We're going to do HTV. This says 290 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 seconds. So I'm going to go off of what this manual says and see how that works. So now I can come over here, and I'm going to, first I have to turn it on. You got your button here. And then this button right there is the fuse. So if you need to like reset the fuse, that's what that button is for. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. I've already plugged it in. And then it's already kind of starts with some, I know it's hard to kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so it already starts with some temperatures and things in place, but that's not going to stay there. Okay, but I need, okay, there we go. So it already starts like with something going on here, but I'm going to go ahead and set it. I'm going to set my temperature. And then what did I say? It was going to be 290. So I'm going to take that temperature down. And apparently you have to just, oh there, you can do a press and hold. And it takes a little bit of time for it to get to temperature, and then I'm going to hit set. Come on, set. All right, and then we're going to do for time, this says 10 to 15 seconds. So again, I'm going to come up and set. There we go. And that's 10 seconds. I think that will work good. And I can already feel with my arm, like this is already warming up. So that's good. It is going to take a little bit of time for it to get warmed up. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take my tea towel. And I want to find the center, so I'm just going to fold the two edges together. And that'll help me find the center. This bottom one is going to be, doesn't have temperature. The top plate is what gets the temperature. So I'm just going to try to set this on here. I want to get those seams nice and flat. And then I'm just going to give this a nice press. And and it's already going to count down my time from the time you put this down. So there was 10 seconds to just try to sort out some of this. It's already a little bit warm, so that was kind of nice to be able to do that. But there are a ton of wrinkles in this cloth, so I am going to just kind of press it around a little bit. Not only will that pre-press help with the wrinkles, but it's also getting any moisture out of this tea towel. Okay, our heat press is up to temperature, and we've got it set for the 10 seconds. I'm going to take my tea towel here, and I'm just going to fold it in half. Now, things that I have been thinking of, these are super wrinkly, so I've just been sitting here like trying to get out all the wrinkles, which there still is a lot of wrinkles in it. But I also want to make sure, my preference, I'm going to be hanging these. So I want my tag to not be the section that has the design on it. But I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. And then this is going to be my 10-second press to check for temperature. And I'm going to press it so that I get a nice crease line right in the center where I want my design. And that's going to give me that nice crease line on there so I know where the center is. And then it's also just helping to get out all the moisture that's in here. So now it's going to ding. That is really hot. And it dings until you take it down. Okay, so now I have a nice center crease line. And I've already measured my design here. And I've got it at about 8 inches. So what I'm going to do is take my tea towel and I'm going to lay it on here, and I want to just get the extra. I'm going to kind of pull all the extra out the back. And then I have to decide how far down I want it to go. And I'm just going to lay, here's my center line. And then I can take my design here and I can fold the edges and just figure out where the center is. This one's not so hard to sort out because there's a hole where the mouth is. So it's not as difficult to sort out where the center is. I'm just going to center that on here. And I want it kind of towards the lower portion. And try to just get that centered on my tea towel. And then I am going to try to just get more of those wrinkles out. I might not love how close it is to the edge, so I'm just going to scoot this up a little bit more. And then make sure that's on there well. And then I also have this awesome Teflon sheet that I got with the purchase. I'm going to set that on top, and then here we go. So 290 degrees for 10 seconds. And now, let's see. We went off of the recommendations that came with the heat press instead of the recommendations for the vinyl. And that actually looks really nice. Everything's peeling off perfectly. So now I'm all done. I can go ahead and turn off my heat press. It's still going to take some time for that to cool down. And there are some wrinkles in here, so it's not going to be completely perfect. You can actually tell that my vinyl also wrinkled with it. But there is my really cute design. I'm just here for the booze using my new Swing Design heat press. So I will leave the links below for you if you're interested in this heat press. And then also I'll put in for the tea towel and then the heat transfer vinyl that I used for this. Now, the other thing I want to tell you that I want to share with you is I have created a heat press settings tracker. I know maybe you've seen my cut setting tracker. So now I have one for heat press. So now I can go through this and I'm going to write on here my base material is the cotton tea towel. My press material was going to be that black HTV that I just used. I'm going to put in time, 10 seconds. Temperature 290 degrees, and then notes. This is where I would add, like if I did a cool peel, warm peel, however you want that to go. But you can also grab this here, and I went ahead and put the link there. It's craftychristiescreations.com/heat-press-tracker, and you can grab this heat press settings tracker for free as a nice little download to help you keep track of all of your heat press material. This is really fun. Then when I'm done, I can maybe I want to hang it on the wall here, so it's always right here next to my heat press, or just setting it here or keeping it with your heat transfer vinyl, or, you know, it doesn't have to just be heat transfer vinyl. Anything that requires a press, you might want to log that on your tracker. So make sure you grab that, and I will see you guys in the next video.